Once, beauty in Pakistan was a reflection of simplicity and soul, a touch of kajal, the scent of rosewater, and the quiet confidence of natural grace. But today, that same beauty has been reshaped by screens, syringes, and the chase for perfection. From the soft elegance of the 1900s village woman to the sculpted, filtered faces of 2025 influencers, every decade has rewritten what it means to be beautiful. The glow that once came from inner peace is now measured by contour lines and camera angles. In this journey, we uncover how a nation's definition of beauty evolved from heritage to hashtags, from tradition to transformation, and how behind every flawless face lies a century of cultural change, silent pressure, and the unspoken question, what did we lose in our pursuit of perfection? In the early 1900s, beauty in Pakistan was untouched by modern influence, shaped instead by culture, purity, and grace. Women carried a quiet dignity, their charm found in simplicity, glowing skin from natural oils, hair oiled and braided with care, soft eyes rimmed with kohl, and a dupatta draped modestly over their heads. There were no beauty products, no filters, no obsession with perfection, only the rhythm of nature and tradition. Beauty was inherited from mothers and grandmothers, passed down through home remedies and rituals that spoke of love rather than vanity. The air smelled of rosewater, sandalwood, and henna. Faces reflected peace more than paint. In that era, beauty wasn't about appearance. It was about presence, a blend of humility and strength that made every woman timeless, radiant not by design, but by devotion to her roots. After 1947, as Pakistan took its first breath as a new nation, the concept of beauty transformed into a symbol of identity and pride. Women carried the spirit of independence in their style, graceful yet resilient, elegant yet strong. The simplicity of the past blended with newfound confidence. Soft curls replaced braids. Neatly applied kajal framed determined eyes, and crisp white dupattas became emblems of purity and patriotism. Figures like Noor Jahan and Begum Ra'ana Liaquat Ali Khan inspired a generation, proving that beauty could be both powerful and poetic. There was no rush to imitate the West. Instead, there was pride in local fabrics, natural glow, and the modest charm that reflected the soul of a rebuilding nation. Every glance, every smile seemed to whisper hope, carrying the dream of Pakistan not just in words, but in the way its women carried themselves, with grace that told the story of a country learning to stand tall and shine in its own light. The 1970s and 1980s marked Pakistan's golden glam era, a time when beauty dazzled with confidence, color, and cinematic charm. Television and cinema flourished, turning women like Shabnam, Babra Sharif, and Zeba into timeless icons who defined elegance with a touch of rebellion. Beauty became expressive. Bold eyeliner wings stretched wider, lips turned crimson, and voluminous bouffant hairstyles framed faces that sparkled under studio lights. It was an age of disco beats, silk saris, and golden bangles that caught the light of a modernizing nation. Women embraced glamour without losing their softness. Tradition danced gracefully with modernity. Every look told a story of confidence and charisma, of a society unafraid to celebrate beauty as art. In those years, Pakistan's women didn't just follow trends, they created them, blending Eastern allure with the shimmer of cinematic fantasy, leaving behind an era that still glows in memory like an old film reel kissed by sunlight. The 1990s to early 2000s brought a wave of modernization that changed the face of Pakistani beauty forever, as television, fashion magazines, and global media opened a new world of influence. Fairness creams promised confidence. Colored lenses and bold lipsticks became symbols of progress, and women began experimenting with hairstyles inspired by both Bollywood and the West. The simplicity of the past slowly gave way to a desire for refinement and recognition, where appearance started to reflect ambition. Beauty salons flourished in every city, and the idea of looking modern became deeply tied to success and sophistication. Yet beneath the glitter of lip gloss and designer wear lingered nostalgia for the effortless charm of earlier decades. This was the era where beauty became a language of aspiration, less about who you were, and more about who you wanted to be. It was Pakistan stepping into a new millennium, where tradition met technology, and the mirror began to reflect not just faces, but the dreams of a generation hungry for change. Between 2005 and 2015, the rise of social media and digital culture invaded every corner of Pakistan's beauty landscape, transforming faces, trends, and self-perception overnight. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube replaced magazines and television as the new beauty authorities, where filters, photo editing apps, and influencer tutorials set impossible standards of perfection. The glow of authenticity dimmed beneath ring lights and camera-ready skin as women began chasing curated versions of themselves, constantly comparing their reflection to pixel-perfect images online. Makeup became heavier, selfies became daily rituals, and beauty shifted from personal expression to public performance. The phone became the new mirror, and validation was measured in likes instead of smiles. Yet beneath the flawless selfies was a quiet unease, a pressure to keep up, to be flawless every day, to turn natural charm into digital perfection. This decade didn't just change how beauty looked. It changed how it felt, marking the moment when admiration turned into expectation, and authenticity began to fade under the weight of virtual applause. From 2015 to 2025, Pakistan entered the era of transformations, where beauty became less about nature and more about design. Cosmetic clinics multiplied, and the once whispered words, fillers, Botox, contouring, became part of everyday conversations. Social media crowned a new kind of beauty queen, the influencer, polished to perfection with sculpted features, flawless skin, and a camera-ready glow that blurred the line between real and digital. The pursuit of flawlessness turned into a lifestyle where every angle, every filter, every procedure promised confidence, but quietly demanded conformity. Western beauty ideals mixed with local trends, creating faces that looked different yet somehow all the same. The culture of perfect redefined identity itself, pushing many to chase the idea of beauty rather than feel it. Yet beneath the glamour and glass skin obsession, a silent question began to rise. Had the art of enhancement turned into the loss of essence? In this decade of transformation, beauty no longer evolved naturally. It was engineered, curated, and consumed, reflecting a generation's struggle between authenticity and appearance. Behind the flawless selfies, glowing skin, and picture-perfect smiles lies a truth often left untold: the hidden cost of beauty and the crushing psychological pressure it brings. In the race to look perfect, many silently battle anxiety, insecurity, and self-doubt, comparing their reflections to edited ideals that no one truly lives up to. Young girls grow up believing that beauty must be earned through pain, money, and constant change, while social media feeds fuel an endless cycle of validation and self-criticism. The salon chair replaces self-love, and every mirror becomes a test of worth. What was once a form of expression has turned into an emotional burden, where imperfection feels like failure. The pressure to look flawless seeps into every layer of society, shaping confidence, relationships, and even identity itself. In chasing perfection, many forget the simple truth that beauty was never meant to be a competition. It was meant to be a reflection of individuality, something real, raw, and free from fear. After more than a century of transformation, Pakistan's idea of beauty is slowly returning to where it began, a quiet rediscovery of authenticity. Amid the filters, surgeries, and endless trends, a new wave of women is choosing softness over perfection, self-acceptance over comparison, and confidence over conformity. Traditional remedies, natural skincare, and cultural grace are being revived not as old-fashioned ideas, but as symbols of strength and identity. The same dupatta that once defined modesty now represents pride, and the same kajal-lined eyes that once reflected innocence now carry resilience. Beauty has come full circle, reminding us that true allure was never in the flawless skin or sculpted face, but in the stories, struggles, and spirit that make each woman unique. After years of chasing the artificial glow, the new generation is learning to shine again, from within, proving that the most powerful form of beauty is, and always was, being unapologetically real.